Good times, good times. It is Monday. So if anything, what were my goals? Before I close this out, I was thinking maybe Mondays I'll start to do a video on my goals for the week and maybe like show how that's going. And then maybe if you want, you can comment when I do those in the comment section about what your goals are and what you're working on. I really want to make this interactive because I need the support. I do too. And if I can even once a week have a body doubling session where I can clean or do something and we can work on something together, I can't even tell you how much that would help me right now because I don't have it. And I get overwhelmed. If I go downstairs into where my storage, where the mess is, I will have a meltdown eventually being down there. I will freeze. I won't be able to think. And then I get overwhelmed and I feel nauseous. I want to cry and I get really mad and I can't think straight and I don't know how to tackle it. And when doing things like body doubling, and we can talk more about that later, that has been shown to be very, very helpful. It kind of brings the dopamine, just knowing that another person is, even if like we don't see each other face to face, I mean, me doing a live and you seeing me doing cleaning, or whatever the task is for you, we would be doing our own thing, but you would know that somebody else is there with you. And it kind of, I don't know how it works because you would think it wouldn't, but somehow it does. It raises your dopamine just enough and it taps into that sense of belonging that it makes you want to do more because you have somebody else who's in your corner. And it's almost that little bit of accountability where every week you're going to be talking about that thing that you're working towards. And you'll have good weeks. You'll have bad weeks. You might have a couple bad weeks. If you're like me and you had, a loss in the family or your counselor dropped you down to like once every 2 weeks, you're going to want to give up and you might have a couple of bad weeks. But this is part of it too. So it doesn't do me or you any good if I don't show you what happens to me in the weeks that my process got messed up. So I started this 30-day thing and it kind of was messed up from the get-go. So I don't know if I should start it from scratch. I don't know if I should scrap the whole idea. As far as goals, I have to get an adjunctive therapist. Oh yeah, got a call today. I'm going to turn the page. New week. Get your book out. You want to do this right now? I am not glamorous, girl, guy, everybody, people, friends, ADHD friends. New week. We're going to do this right now. Ready? All right, I'm going to turn this around. New week. I look at my phone because that's where I text it to myself, and because the phone's right next to my bed, and this is like bulky. This lives at my... This is horrible. I have to clean all the... Look at that. I need help, guys. I don't want you to help me with my mess because you have your own messes or whatever you're overwhelmed with. So we'll work on this. But when this stuff is not here, art supplies, jewelry making project that I had beads here. I brought this out to put my beads in, all my crystals. And then here's, oh God, there's a pile of stuff there. This just got moved over here while I was doing this, and I think that's been there a month, so we're going to work on that. What was I saying? So over here is my little area. That is its home. This is where this thing lives. Although right now it's just been on my couch. So today is Monday the 25th. I woke up around 6:30. I'm going to come back. I'm going to move this to the side. Maybe that'll work. I want to say 6:30. I actually physically got up at 7:30. I did take my pills while I was doing this video. This is 36 minutes in. It's about 8:05. So let's see, 7:30. So I got up at 7:20 and started recording immediately. So we'll say 7:30. And this is for my afternoon dose. For some reason, the insurance, now that the medication shortage is over, and yes, it would be very helpful for my ADHD to switch my medication to be time release so I don't have to remember an afternoon dose. They won't pay for it. They rejected it. Why? Because the health insurance says it's not medically necessary. But I have ADHD and I forget. So until I figure out a way that I can work with them, which is its own nightmare, to get it time released, I have to, this, for some reason, this is what works for me. You can do reminders in your phone, you know, whatever works for you. But just knowing in the back of my mind subconsciously that I have this space to write the second pill, for some reason that reminds me. I don't even know how it works. And then the minimum for my daily cleaning that I shoot for is just do the dishes, trash, and bed. And I get all, make the bed. And I get all like perfectionist about it. And then like I end up wanting to clean all day. And then I'll find this mess and I'll start doing that. And then I'll walk into the other room and I find another mess and I'll start doing that. And then I just go in a circle, right? It's part of what you have. And so this is the minimum. Oh, when I go forward from month to month to month, if I go forward enough, you won't have this information. So as I go, this is how it looked like. And if I go far enough, this is how it looked like. And this is how it looked like. Oh, I repurposed this. You can repurpose planner. Using white out the liquid is a pain. It's a mess. It's expensive. You can get, now white out is like more than $4 for like a little bottle. And the white out pens are expensive too, but Dollar Tree, if you can get them, has the whiteout tapes. And I was pretty surprised. They had a decent amount. I would think that they probably only had a very tiny amount, but it worked just as well. So you can go to Dollar Tree and stock up on some of these whiteout pen things. Well, they're not, they look like this, but this is just like, this is just double-sided tape. But yeah, they look like this, but they're smaller. And that is a hack for you to save money. And so all I had to do to repurpose this, yes, I know like these dates are not correct, but I just went ahead. These are laminated, so I don't care. Like I know that, I know what it is. So yeah, if you're interested in doing something by hand and you like to draw, this is for me, it's really unwinding, kind of a stimmy thing to do this stuff, and I think partially I'm just like some kind of masochist, I don't know. But yeah, you can use your computer, you can print out your own pages. There are blank chart sheets you can get. It is overwhelming. I know I've talked about it a little bit in the past, and we can try it again. But yeah, so each week for the rest of the year, I know that these guys here are not going to change. These, as far as my daily tasks, when I get up, I put in the time, I make sure I take my pills, I eat something, and make sure I have protein. You need protein for your body to be able to make the dopamine that your ADHD medication is boosting, right? So I try to remember to have protein. Any form. I'm not going to get into vegan versus meat. I'm not going to get into dairy versus not. I'm not getting into any of those stuff. My content is about ADHD and managing your ADHD. So filter through that how you will for whatever dietary needs you have and whatever your feelings are about diet. That's too much. I don't know. Like I can't, it's not my place to tell people what they should and shouldn't eat. But yeah, any way you can get, I try to see if I can get 20 grams. Sometimes if I haven't been to the grocery store in a while, maybe it's just like a bowl of oatmeal and that has like 4 grams of protein. That's not enough. And then I'm wondering why I'm falling asleep, right? do you have ADHD and do you like feel tired all the time? Like, do you always feel like you're going to fall asleep? What do? You'll just go get coffee, right? And you're like, oh, I gotta wake up, get coffee. We forget to drink water. This is from yesterday. Oh, I didn't write it down yet. So here, I am all over the place. Thank you for being with me. Yeah, I really do need to start editing these. What am I doing? We are on Monday. And I just do this for mine. If you have a water bottle like this, like I found that these were not accurate. So what I did was I got a Sharpie marker, right? And then I have a clear one of these somewhere. These are from Rings and Things. Mom and I are art people, and we periodically get supplies from there. But a lot of times you'll get something like this with your order. So I happen to have these nice, cute little, and I use them a lot with my journals. If you can, and I have a clear one here, which was very helpful. So this helped me to draw that line, right? So what I did, and I know this is, I don't know if I have OCD as well, although I wouldn't be surprised because it does happen a lot with ADHD. But that wasn't good for me. I'm like, no, that's not going to be accurate. So yeah, I got one of those measuring glass things, and the one I have holds 2 glasses, so that's 16 ounces. So I poured water into it, 16 ounces, and then when I poured it in and it settled down, I got my eye to that, and then I did this, right? And then I marked it with a Sharpie. That way I got a nice straight line. And I did 2, and then I did 2, and then I did 2. And this is why it's also helpful, right? Because if you think about it, you would think that these would be the same distance, but as soon as the bottle, depending on the kind you have, changes shape, it's going to change the amount that fits in there, and it's not going to be even. So this is accurate. So in a minute, I'm going to go dump this out because this is yesterday's water, and I'm going to fill it up to here. Right now, when I measured it, so I did the 2, I put another 2 glasses and marked that. I put another 2 and marked that. I put another 2 and marked that. And then I did measure, and up to here is exactly another 8 ounces. So this particular bottle, which I got at my local drugstore, my local pharmacy, in the seasonal section, it's summertime. You could probably order something like this online on Amazon easy. These aren't, I don't like this. Why don't I like this? Because at the end of the day, I want to say, how many glasses of water did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when you're to here, I only had 2 glasses of water. I didn't have 64 ounces. I didn't have 50 ounces. I had 8 ounces, 16 ounces. I had 2 glasses. So this is backwards from how I want to use it. I want to see how much water am I drinking. Yes, I know that this is 64 ounces full to this, if this is accurate, but that's not going to do me any good, right? I want to track how I'm drinking water throughout the day. And then after I was done, what I did was I made sure I poured in exactly the 8 ounces from here to here, right? And then, so now I know that this is accurate. When I went backwards, I poured out 8 ounces, right? And then, so I did the opposite lines going down. I'm totally rambling. Do what works for you. But yeah, my tip is, if you have a bottle like this and you're trying to drink more water, because I don't know about you guys, but I am horrible at remembering to drink water. I'm horrible. I get at the end of the day, I literally might have had this much water, if any. And then I'm wondering why I can't think straight. And we have ADHD, and our brain isn't, if your brain's dehydrated, how's it going to work? Think about all the liquid in your brain needs it. And then it's like dehydrated. Not good. So we have to drink more water. Yeah. So the things that I have been tracking are making, because my sleep's terrible. This is what's working for me. You know, for you, might be something else. But yeah, these are the things that I'm bad at. On the daily clean, right here. For me, I mean, in your role in your relationship, if you're married, if you're not married, if you're a man, if you're a woman, everybody's situation is different. So every relationship is different, and your distribution of the tasks that you guys decide how you want to do. But these are the things. If I do these, things don't get horrible. But these get horrible quick. Right? And then this particular week, I added a couple of things. I wanted to start using my happy light because we're getting into winter and I got out of the habit. So I added that. This day I didn't do cleaning. And I noticed that I was forgetting to take a shower because I forget stuff. And so then I'm like, oh, that's not good. So yeah, hopefully nothing's too personal. I might as well I can cut this out. I ran out of my scripts and I went and picked it up. I got that. This, if you take this, very short half-life. You have to make, oh God, I'm going to have to blur that out. We'll come back.